In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the support for OpenEXR files in 3ds Max 8. Open the file housexreftrees.max. This scene has already been rendered, so we'll go down and choose Show Last Render. And from here, we're going to save the scene as an OpenEXR file. We'll just save it as house OpenEXR. The OpenEXR configuration dialog pops up, which gives us many options on what data we want to store with the OpenEXR file. In the compression section, we can choose none, run length, zip compression, many different compression levels that we can choose. In standard channels, we can choose integer, half float, or float, which will be a 32-bit integer. Usually you want to leave it at 16-bit. You can store different color channels and your alpha channel, and you can check them on and off here. If we want, we can choose use real pixel RGB data, as well as exponent and pre-multiply alpha. If you click on extra channels and attributes, we get a whole other world of what we can add to this file. We can save extra attributes and extra channels. In extra attributes, we'll just click on the plus, and we have certain attributes we have available, so we can add comments, computer name, system time, local time, as well as the version of OpenEXR and 3ds Max. So we'll just put the 3ds Max version and comment. In the comment field, we'll just type "this is a test image." The 3ds Max version, we'll just look at the version you're using and output that. In the channels, we can put in the Z buffer, object ID, material ID, UV coordinates, normals, and coverage channels. We can select any one that we want, as many as we like. We can put all of them if we wanted to. We'll just choose node render IDs. And each data type also has the bit depth that we can use, so we're going to choose 32-bit depth for this channel that we're saving. Depending on the channels that you save, you could have other options. When I'm done selecting all the attributes we want, we'll just choose OK, and your file is saved onto the hard disk. We'll now take a look at the file that we just saved. Go to File, View Image File, and open house.exr. We get the OpenEXR configuration dialog, and there are many options that we have here. We can click on a preview, which gives us an image render and a histogram that we can use for diagnostics. In the preview, we also have options for the storage buffer. We can change that to integer, log, different bit depths that we can choose from. And we'll just set it to integer 16-bit with RGBA. We can change the exposures, adjust the black point and white points. We can also adjust the RGB level and offset. In extra information, we can see we get this dialog, which gives us the information for what has been saved with this file. We get our file name, date and time, as well as its resolution, pixel aspect ratio, number of channels stored, the compression, if any. And down in the attribute list, you see that we have our attributes we stored. So we have our comment, and the 3ds Max version is saved out here. The channel list shows all of the different bit depths for every channel, RGB and A, and it'll also show the render ID that we added to the channels, and we save that out as 32-bit. So we can just click close and OK and take a look at our image. When we right click on the image, we get all of the different info and levels that we can see. The RGB channels are real float values, and we have extra channels over in the right, like Z depth, material ID, and things like that. So if we had saved those out, those would appear in the right click menu. So this is how OpenEXR works with 3ds Max 8.